Commercial solar panels aren't the only ones we're seeing more of these days.
Now, people are continuing to have them installed on their homes as a way to reduce the amount of electricity that they're drawing from the grid. And Tom from Mount Sterling asked how much electricity is created by one solar panel per day. Well, here's Victor Puente with the answer to that good question.
There are a lot of factors that can cause this number to vary, but looking online and talking to solar experts here in town, the average for residential panels is around 1.5 kilowatts per day. That's enough energy to power a 1,000-watt dishwasher for an hour and a half, a 2,000-watt oven for 45 minutes, or to power a 150-watt PlayStation 4 for about 10 hours. But there are a lot of factors that could impact the amount of electricity created. Those include the amount of sunlight you get, so the weather, the type of panel you purchase, and the angle of your roof. As for the dollar amount, KU tells me for all charges on a customer's bill, it's just over 11 cents per kilowatt hour. You see it there, that first figure. So for us, the average residential solar panel would create about 17.7 cents worth of electricity per day. But most roofs have more than one. So if your home had, say, 20 of those, that's $3.54 a day and $1,292 a year. Again, your numbers could be different. Also, commercial panels are bigger, so their numbers would be higher. If you have a good question, just email us, goodquestion@wkyt.com, and I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.